friends list. And I started looking, and then I realized that you were the Frater UD, and I was like blown away. Like I'm slow sometimes, but I didn't. I was like, this
Huh.
guy's like well known, pretty big dude. I work with Lillian too a lot, so I saw
Mhm.
your complete. I've heard of the Frater name, but I just didn't. I'm so slow, I didn't put two and two together. That is the same dude. And then I saw that. But it's great to have you here. We just had Don Webb on, just had Stephen Flowers, and now you. It's like the trinity of something.
Oh, best of company then.
Yes, definitely. Well, I guess give us a little bit of a background. What started you on a path of all this magic? What was the for me personally? I just a little bit about my story. Not very long. I had testicular cancer when I was 17. I'm fine now, but my dad died a year or so going after chemo and stuff. I went through chemo. I got healed and went through all that crap with testicular cancer at 17. Then my dad died a year or so later, and I started having really weird paranormal stuff happen, from weird things in the sky to ghosts to light beings, weird stuff that I saw with my physical eyes. Sometimes I was partying, sometimes I was not, but it was just weird. So it made me start doing a show, and that's why we're here, because we've seen weird S. But it's great to have you here. What started you on this path?
Actually, it was a little less exciting. When I was 9, I had an uncle who had just discovered yoga. And not that he stayed with it for a very long time, but I didn't know that at the time. And so he was full of it and trying to explain it to every man and his dog how great yoga was supposed to be. And it got me interested. And that's basically my first esoteric book I read, the one he had, and which I bought on myself. And I studied a bit in terms of self hypnosis and stuff like that. But apart from that, I came from a very unoccult family, really. I mean, nobody was actually actively against it, but there was nobody actually promoting it either, apart from said uncle. And so I didn't start out with magic at all initially. I was more interested in especially Eastern philosophy, Hinduism, Buddhism. Well, Hinduism is what it used to be called in those days still. And I studied yoga a lot too, but only theoretically. It was only after about 10 years that I thought, well, about time to actually get started with this stuff and not just read about it, which I did for quite a while and quite intensely. And from then on, it went. I pursued well different paths and schools and philosophies. And one day, I really hit on magic, essentially the Orson Oswald Spare version of it, sigil magic, and I experimented with that stuff, and uh, it was spectacular results, some of them, and that's what